What's up, YouTube? Slifer Duelists back at it again with another deck profile. Today we got Dayson. Dayson, what we got going on?
Man, we got the Diabolos Darklord.
Darklords.
Or we could say it backwards. We could say Darklord Diabolos. Doesn't really matter. It's ready to go.
It's been a while since we've seen Darklord on here.
This is that NIGGA.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm not gonna repeat that.
You gotta spell it out like that.
Yeah, hey, it is what it is. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Alrighty, guys. So, pretty much, obviously, we play the two Diabolos himself. This card is broken. It's just nuts. You know, when you tribute a card, special him out of the grave, from your hand, whatever. It's nuts, and he has an effect to target a monster your opponent controls or a card your opponent controls, I believe, and put it on the top or the bottom of the deck, something like that.
It's from their hand. They choose one and put it on the top or bottom of the deck.
Okay. So, just a rephrase of what I said. Nuts. It's nuts. Okay. Obviously, with the Lair of Darkness on board, this is just, you know, it's pretty OP. So, you know, if you play the mirror match, you want to get this on board first, because obviously your opponent can't tribute him with their Lair of Darkness on board. So, you know, this is, if you're playing a mirror match, this is a must. So, that's that. Next, we got Bang right here. YuGiOh. Fucking nuts. No, I'm playing, but this is pretty much a draw two, you know, with another Darklord. So it's a good mixture. I honestly, I think this is just, I'm gonna just say it again, nuts. But so YuGiOh, yeah. Then we got the Superbia. You know, this is obviously your main trade-in target. Get this engrave, contact, monster reborn, soul charge, whatever you want to do to get this out of the graveyard. Effect is nuts, and it's not a once per turn effect, so
shit's wild.
Nuts, dude.
Nuts.
This is nuts.
Alright.
Okay.
I guess I know what's going in the title.
Alrighty. So now, you know, I kind of just put it in as importance to me. It's like no typical order, but then we got the Lilith. I got two of those and two of the Warden. So pretty much, honestly, 3 is kind of cloggy. You know, we play, I believe, 5 or 6 of the normal traps. So, I mean, I can pretty much use this effect twice, if that makes sense. So I wouldn't want to have 3 and then obviously I wouldn't be able to activate its effect, because you definitely want to tribute this with Lair of Darkness on board, so that you can pop your opponent's monster, even if you pop itself and then Diabolos comes out, whatever you want to do. This card's busted. You get a automatic Lair of Darkness, or you can tribute to draw 1, or tribute another monster to add a monster with 2,000 attack, I believe, from deck to hand. So Diabolos, even my Darklord, so busted. Great synergy. Great synergy.
Great synergy.
So now we're gonna go with the one-ofs. I play. I'm sorry, my last 2 of, my mistake. We got the 2 Zerato. So I don't really use it for its primary effect with the 4 or more dark monsters, which obviously I can, easy, no problem, but it's a trade-in target for the most part. And obviously if worse come, I can special summon out of the grave with the Superbia. So that's that. Zerato, he's a pretty good piece in this deck. So now we're going to go with the one-ofs. Obviously I play the Nastin. You know, we can definitely bump this to 2, but I want to play mainly 8s just to go with the trade-ins. I don't want to never have a dead trade-in. So Nastin is in here, just, you know, just because it isn't a 8, but you know, if I need to discard the 2 Darklords, I definitely can. Then we have the Amdusk. Pretty good. You know, you can discard him and another Darklord to target a Darklord card in your grave and add it back.
Get
so
your stuff back.
It's pretty good. You know, pretty good. You know, you always want to recycle, since, you know, I definitely don't play as many Darklords as a standard Darklord deck. So, you know, I can add my one trap that I play or whatever I want to get, a contact or whatever. So that's that. And then I do play the Christia. I'll never not play this. With Lair of Darkness on board, it does become a dark, so, you know, it's pretty busted. It's just a walking no. You know?
True.
No special summon. This is Berserk.
Berserk.
Okay?
This one's Berserk.
This is Berserk. You know, easy. Trade-in target as well. It is an 8, so, you know, I do prefer this over the... the 8, what's his name? Fucking...
I don't know Darklord, so you're on your own.
No, the other one you can't special summon. It's just that the level 8.
The only level 8 I know that stops special summons is Vanity's Ruler.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
Vanity's Ruler?
Vanity's
He's a level 5.
Vanity's emptiness. Or no, Vanity's...
All of the vanities.
What the fuck?
Let's move on from this point.
Okay, but I'm really like into this, and I really want to get this. Like,
you're wild.
Okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's not a level 8, but it's a dark, and it pretty much has the same effect. It's in my motherfucking binder. Come
True.
on, man. Come on now. But anyway, fucking pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Christia lock. It's just a scoop. Just, you know, you see this on board. Yeah, you just can't special summon. So that's that. Like I said, it's a trade-in target. So hey, keep the mates coming. So now we're gonna get into the spells. So obviously, I did say I have it as importance. So you know, it's not like an order, Darklords, this, that, whatever. But primary is Lair of Darkness. You definitely want to open up with a Lair of Darkness, or you want to have access to this card. Because this pretty much lets you tribute one of your opponent's monsters, since every monster becomes dark. Also, the only thing that's kind of a takeaway is obviously on the player's turn, you do get tokens if a monster is tributed on your side of the field. So you can help your opponent get some level 3 monster on board if it's a rank 3 or whatever kind of deck it's playing. But obviously that doesn't matter. So that's that 3 Lair of Darkness. Then obviously the 3 contact. This is pretty much the Darklord main spell card for the most part. You know, you can pretty much special summon a Darklord out of grave. And pretty much all Darklords do have the same standard effect. Is you can pay 1,000, shuffle a Darklord spell or trap or whatever card back into the deck and use its effect again. So it's pretty good. So this pretty much the main target is Superbia, if you guys didn't know. But sometimes, you know, you need other stuff if you don't have it, and you know, no Superbias or whatever. But
True.
Contact is the next main spell. So then the next 3 of would be the Banishment. Pretty much, you know, add a Darklord card. You know, from deck to hand, whatever. You know, trap, spell, monster. Pretty much like a Rhoda, but for anything with Darklords. Yeah. Then pretty much for the draw power, that'll be the next, which you know, it's pretty important as well. I mean, I would have put it in front of the Darklord support, but because this is just out of control. I have one card that's not a dark in this deck, and it's the last monster of the list. So we got the Allure of Darkness. You already know which way we had to go. You know, I might as well just go ahead and hit y'all with that one time.
Can't see that at all, by
I'm
the
sorry.
way.
Let's just back it
It's
up a
just
little bit.
blackness, and
Okay,
it's
still
like
blackness.
not even on the camera.
Not on the camera.
There we go.
Okay.
I got this.
Look, brother is always helping another brother out. That's what you gotta do. So, triple Allure of Darkness. I should not have to inform you guys on what that does, but you know, everything's dark, so draw 2 and banish a dark. That's that. And then obviously the trade-in. I'm not even gonna count them. The level 8 monsters I have in this deck. I'm gonna just say it. I know it's more than 5, and that's top of the head. So if that's the case, trade-in is a must. So you know, tribute a monster, or I'm sorry, I apologize. Discard a level 8 to draw 2. Obviously, discard Superbia, discard your Diabolos, whatever you want to do, because obviously Diabolos is effective in hand or graveyard, so you don't necessarily need it in your hand. You just got to be able to remember that mofo is in your graveyard. So I see it all the time. People misplay, not forget it's in the graveyard. So just remember that. Then obviously we have the Reborn cards, which is Soul Charge and Monster Reborn. It's pretty handy. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I was playing Magical Musketeer, and obviously didn't really need it as much. But in this deck, this card here, these two cards can be just nuts. You know, we can have Hope, just all types of crazy cards. You know, you can pretty much Soul Charge just a Superbia and just go off from there. Special, another one. Tribute, special Diabolos, whatever you want to do, but it's wild. I'm not going to say another Superbia, but if you can get 2 Superbias on board, which a Monster Reborn and a Soul Charge with 2, that's pretty much 4 monsters. You can activate your virus cards. You can, and with Lair of Darkness, obviously you have a free pop, which is on your opponent's field. So, you know, you can activate, you can chain as many virus cards as possible almost with a Soul Charge on board, and just you know, have your opponent just leave their cards on the table and just walk off. You know what I mean?
Dang.
It's that troll, guys.
Well, you like copping a free deck card?
Hey, you know, no, I'm not gonna do nobody like that. But just for your guys' information. So, last but not least, is the traps. Okay, you know, obviously not a lot of decks really run traps in this format, but this deck is definitely in need of traps. Okay, honestly, with this deck, you can play. I play 6 because obviously I don't want to open with too many traps, because all the traps that I play is searchable off of the level 3 guy. So pretty much we're gonna go ahead and hit you with the viruses first, which obviously. You know, I do play a little bit differently than a lot of the other profiles, but I play pretty much one of the viruses except the Crush card. Since Crush card, I have 1 target for it, which that's not good. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you now, that's not good. But Deck Debbie, Full Force, Eradicator, and Grinning Grave Virus. This is the new one. It's pretty nuts. It's nuts if you tribute, I believe, a monster with 2,000 or more attack. If not, it's okay. But that's that. That's the virus cards that I selected. And then obviously, last but not least, we do have the Darklord enchantment to send a Darklord monster from hand or field and take control of a monster. This card does not target, so it's nuts. Okay. And then obviously it gets in the graveyard. One of your Darklord monsters can shuffle it back into the deck to use its effect again. So you could potentially do this 2 times in 1 turn, which is... Jared, go ahead and tell him what it is.
Is it nuts?
Oh my goodness. Reading my mind. Okay. So this is nuts. I definitely selected this one over the... I don't even honestly know what the name of the other Darklord trap is.
Rebellion?
Rebellion. I selected this over Rebellion, because Rebellion, it is you know, you target and destroy, but this is what you need right now. Okay, Link, whatever, take control, gimme. And then last but not least, Storming Mirror Force, guys. Storming Mirror Force, it's a little tech I got. Like I said, it's finally searchable. Okay.
Barely.
But it's definitely searchable. I mean, it all depends. You know, it's like, okay, you know, if I'm gonna get a Full Force, a Storming Mirror Force, and a Deck Debbie or a Grinning Grave, give me whatever. You know what I mean? I'll take any one of these targets. I think 3 of the same one. A lot of people, you know, have 3 of the same one, and it's like a mandatory ad. But why? You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like I can potentially draw one of them, and then obviously I'm a guarantee ad right now. Now, you know, it's just nuts, guys. It's just nuts. So that's gonna be the main deck. That's gonna pretty much conclude that. So yeah. Now we're gonna go into the extra deck. So
all right.
Let's get right into the extra deck. And as we know, we do have the Big Daddy as the number uno. Okay. Hope Harbinger. You know, obviously with the amount of level 8 monsters we run, this definitely is something that you will mainly go into. Okay, because obviously with Raigekis and Monster Reborns and Soul Charges, as you guys see in my deck, I'm running around. This is just a no. You know, it's just a spell out. I mean, it's not like it's the end of the world, but this deck can pretty much go into two rank 8s in one turn. It's definitely possible. So that's going to be the first one, the Hope Harbinger. The next one, like I said, guys, just remember it's not in order from like rank 8s, and it's all over the place. Just kind of what I use the majority of the time, what I go into, I like to be able to just kind of boom, 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 okay? So then we have the Rail Cannon here. You know, he pretty much, you go into it with Itchel. You can target something and make it unaffected by card effects. So that's always a plus. I mean, he's a 3200 attack, target himself, boom. What can you do? What can you do? I believe Kaiju's target, so you wouldn't be able to Kaiju it.
They don't target.
Oh, they don't target.
No, they just straight tribute.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, so you can Kaiju it, but I mean, it's still good. You know, target himself, target another monster you control and make it unaffected. So, bang bang. Then obviously we have the Galaxy Eyes package, which Slifer comes first. Then we have the full armor. You know, obviously Slifer take control. Galaxy Eyes full armor get a pop. Then we have the blade. We have the Tachyon, can attack twice during the battle phase. Pretty busted, pretty good. You know, each time a monster or your opponent activates a card effect, I believe he gains some attack, so it's pretty good. This guy, he's pretty underrated. I believe, you know, this is something that you want to go into towards the end of your turn, but Lancelot's pretty busted. You know, it's like, first turn, oh my god, I have to bait out my opponent, like, because obviously it negates the first activation of a card. So it's there. I like to go into it, like I said, towards the end of the turn. He can't attack directly, so that's always a plus. So yeah. Then obviously it's there, number 22, Zombie Stein. He's there. He's just a 4500 beater. You know, he's nothing important. He's just there. You know, he can get over Mr. Chaos Max and other naggy monsters that may be over 4,000 or at the 4,000 level. Because, you know, most people see a 4,000 or they get their little 4,000 hitter on board and they just think it's fucking out of control. That what can you do? Which two level 8s, fuck out my face. Okay. Then we have the Spider package here. It's pretty solid. You know, I don't go into it often, but it's there in case of the Bob the Builder toolbox. Okay, that's yeah. Who says Bob the Builder toolbox?
I don't know.
Do. Okay, guys, I do. So that's that. Then we do have the Big Eye, which. Tell you the truth, guys, I can't even go into the Big Eye. So this is definitely something that's coming out. I recently did some changes and some adjustments, and I just forgot to take this out. So,
what would you put in its place?
The AM disc instead of the Nastin. So it took away my 2 level 7s.
No, but his place. You can put a main deck
honestly,
monster in your extra deck? What is this,
you know
Pendulums?
I don't give a fuck.
I know you don't.
Okay, boy, I put a motherfucking Stratos in this motherfucker.
I gotta judge you for sleeves every event.
Okay, don't listen to that comment there, guys. But instead of the Big Eye, we would probably put an additional Hope Harbinger, because, you know, Hope Harbinger is just a pretty solid monster. You can pretty much, you know, just say no, okay? Then here's my little links. You know, I don't really go into them much. I probably should have put the Saruja a little ahead, because Saruja's busted in this deck.
No way.
Busted. Like I said, off Soul Charge, Saruja, draw 4. With this deck, with Allure, Trade-In, dude, you can have 6 and 7 card hands. So this is just plus, and plus. So anyway, Proxy Dragon first. You know, just 2 monsters, just in case I need to open up some zones when I already have a Link monster on board or whatever I want to do. Just like I said, this is the Bob the Builder toolkit, okay? The Decode Talker. We all know what Decode Talker does. I'm sorry it's not ultimate like the Allures, but guys, it's coming, okay? And then obviously the Saruja. I don't know why this is the last card, guys, but busted. You know, we all know what Saruja does. You know, draw the cards, put cards on the bottom of the deck, let me just mold my whole hand into what I wanted. Okay, so that's that, guys. So that's the extra deck. I do not have a side at the moment, but
Who sides this format?
there we go. That's what I'm talking about. But if I was to have a side, guys, which I definitely could have a side right now, but pretty much I would just kind of side in other traps. Obviously the whatever they call the normal traps. Just so I can have a more variety. Like it because it's searchable. So pretty much that. Possibly some, what's that damn draw 2, banish 10, Pot of Desires. It's iffy, okay? You know, because with Darklords, yeah, you can get what you need in the graveyard real quick. You know, you can get the Superbia in the graveyard off a trade-in. It's a good card, don't get me wrong. The only problem is with a 40-card deck with multiple desires, multiple trade-ins, multiple desires, you could fuck around and end your life. You know what I mean? Walking around with 2, 3, 4 cards left in the deck is not okay. Not okay. So
I play Lightsworn. It's pretty alright sometimes.
Sometimes, see,
You're just hanging out there.
We want it all the time. We don't want it sometimes. But that's that, guys. So yeah, just pretty much traps, maybe some hand traps. Like I said, you don't want to kind of have too many cards that have no synergy with the deck. So this would be definitely a deck that you would not main hand traps. No, I mean you definitely could side them if you like. You know, trap heavy. Not really trap heavy. Just remember it's searchable. So maybe a Lilith. We can add in. We can side the one of to make 3, and then add some more traps. However, we're feeling more mirror forces. Whatever, guys. I've even seen. I'm not really good with card names off the top of the dome, but the shuffle. What is it? Shuffle 5 back, draw 1.
Jar of Avarice?
Jar of Avarice. You can do whatever you want. Just little text, guys. It's not the end of the world. But you know, you can just side in a shit ton of traps, or you know, replace the viruses. However you want to do it. It's pretty much a kind of an easy standard deck to side, because you can side in a whole deck core damn there. You know what I mean? This is fucking the Lair of Darkness with Darklords. This could be Darklords with who knows what. But that's that, guys. So that's the deck. You know, obviously, let me know what you guys think of it. You know, if there's any tweaks or anything that you guys feel that I can do to maybe increase the consistency, which this consistency is like amazing. I'll tell you that right now, guys. But if you guys see something that maybe I can do to improve the consistency or whatever, let me know. And yeah, do let me know what you guys think about it. And that's pretty much all we got for today's deck profile.
Alrighty. So once again, guys, thank you for watching. You know, like, subscribe. Slifer at Duelists. You know, we're always here. We got stuff coming down the pipeline. Always. So, you know, just from all of us, thank you for watching. Slifer at Duelists, signing out. Peace.